So today we have a really fun case working with a reactive, aggressive Doberman who has just been rescued and has become a nightmare to walk for their new owners.
So he's really well behaved, he's a super dog, but out on walks he pulls a lot. I've tried using some of your techniques.
Yeah.
It helps. Hasn't fixed it yet.
Okay.
Down to me probably. The main thing is he gets really excited about seeing other dogs. So he's a rescue. We've had him 5-6 weeks.
5-6 weeks. And how old is he?
3 years, 4
3
months.
years.
Once off the lead, he ran off, found another dog and approached him very friendly and was really nice, and that all went well. Other times he's done it and he's gone vicious.
Has he managed to get to another dog?
Yes. We just don't know if he's going to be aggressive or not. He has been. On the other hand, he's also been quite docile.
Your honest opinion, does it make you nervous?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's
because I don't want him to hurt another dog.
Of course.
And I don't want him to then suffer the consequences of having hurt.
Of course. And these kind of breeds, that's why I've got such a passion for him. So I'm going to dive straight into what is probably going to be the most nervous part for you. I don't know if you've noticed, I've got my role model lab over in the reactivity pen. I'm going to go into the pen, and all you're going to do is just kind of walk towards me.
There we go. Buddy.
So yeah, if you'd like to just start coming in. So again, the same again. Come right up. Sully's on a tie back, so they won't be able to go nose to nose. Cool. So we just kind of stay here then. We've got obviously a protective Doberman. The main problem I'm seeing here is just a lack of engagement. Yeah. We're going to dive into tuning that up then. A bit better?
Yeah.
No, the reason that worked so quickly with me is because the first one I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then instantly it was fixed.
Okay.
And we want you to have that same ability. So when I'm like, yep, correct that, it's just going to be that timing is important though. You've seen me do it now, so it can be done.
Yeah.
Because we are going to move to a prong collar if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
This isn't to sound disrespectful in any way, but it's your timing is an issue. But that's where the prong can kind of fill that gap if we're struggling. So this is a prong collar. Have you ever seen one at all?
No, I haven't. Oh, I've seen similar. I always thought they were for goats or something.
The idea is because it's got this distribution, any pressure that's applied does that. And what it does is it spreads the pressure up evenly around his neck. When he's pulling on a slip, the second he starts pulling through it, all that pressure is going through one place on the rope. It goes high and tight, up and around the neck. Yeah. Any pop that we give is just distributing it up and around my neck. And what I'll do is if you pass me your hand and kind of hold it here.
Yeah.
So any kind of correction we always talk about, at no point, like with a slip, am I bringing it tight and holding it tight. Okay. Even if I did, it's not nice, but it's not hurting me. It's always loose, and it's again just this flick of the wrist. So any time that I'm using it, it'll be, that'd be a 1 or a 2. Okay. If in the reactivity times we need to creep it up, we're going to go to a 3 or a 4, which is more like.
Okay.
And that's all it's doing. Again, I would never do something to a dog I wouldn't be more than comfortable doing myself. I can maintain a conversation with you as we're doing it. Favourite reason for these is that it helps bridge that gap of experience and any lack of timing and skill. We go high and tight, nice behind the ears. What's good about this is that it will stay in that position much better. And then I'm going to do the same thing with approaching Sully. And what's good about this is it will be able to help us shape it into your heel better as well. So, buddy, let's go. Good. Have they done any hearing tests with him?
No, they haven't. No.
I think he might have a problem with his hearing. In these cases, I run into roadblocks where things aren't quite going as they usually go. And I have to test lots of different things to try and work out what is going to be the best solution to this problem to help the owners and to help the dogs. And this is where, in this case, I discovered that I actually think that this Doberman is deaf, or at least has significantly impaired hearing. And if that is the case, then my approach has to completely change. And that is why it's so important as balance trainers and behaviorists that we have as many tools in our toolbox as possible, so that when we hit these roadblocks, we can pivot, we can be bespoke to the dog and still achieve success. Just compensating for his hearing, I think. Okay. I think it'd be very well worth finding that out. Yeah. He's clearly as intelligent as a Doberman, but I've been scratching my head a bit going, I've never met a Doberman that won't engage with me when I'm doing these. Usually they're locked on, but because he's deaf, he's overcompensating with his sight and I can't get his attention. So I'm like, well, when I communicate with you with any tool, you're locked on, you're really responsive, but any vocalization, zero engagement. Yeah. So I want you to do this exact same drill again. So I want you to walk similar to this, tight but loose. So we're not holding it loose down here, because then if we need to do anything, we can't, it's too loose. So he starts to pull out, which I imagine he will if I test it. All I'm doing, if you want, is just here a little pop back. So I'm not pulling him back, it's just a little pop, pop, pop until he comes back into position. And I can do that whether I'm at this speed or whether I'm at full kind of my pace. And if he goes too far, pop, 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 and we just bring it back in. That will instantly turn off any reactivity as well. So as soon as it starts to come, pop, 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 bring it back into this position and off you go. At no point of a bam, just little flick of the wrist, and I'm just talking to him. And especially if he is deaf, he'll probably, which is why I think he's going quite relaxed now, is he's like, oh, someone can talk to me. Yeah. Someone's communicating with me in a language he understands. Yeah. I'll be right behind you and off you go. Head up, lovely. Nice and relaxed, beautiful.
Good boy.
Is that a better experience?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so what I'd like you to do is turn and come back towards me. Lovely, and I'm going to try and get his attention. So if he does pull out, but again, look how he's, can you clock it easier how he's just looking up? If you walk past me, woo, yoo, and beautiful. Good. Yoo. So you can pull that back in, lovely, that was perfect. You see? So when that happens with a dog, exactly the same thing. Just, hey, hey, hey. And usually I can do that with, that's where I use my but if he can't hear it in a language he understands. So that's how you're going to communicate with him if he is deaf. You're going to add something in, and as soon as he listens, understands, it goes off. It's called lead pressure. So if the pressure comes on in this direction, he's going to feel it this way. So if he give in to the pressure shuts off. So pressure goes on, gives in, goes off. But now look at the calmness. It could be an infection. It could be an infection he's had for years. He could be 90% deaf. What I want to do is leave it there with you. Absolutely fascinating cases. One of my most favourite I've had in a long time. I love getting tested as a professional and running into things I don't often see. And this was a classic example, and an example where being bespoke and flexible allowed us to achieve similar levels of success regardless of the roadblocks we run into. So if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. Come and say hello over on Instagram, and if you're interested in having one of our completely free sessions at my Canine Sanctuary, again, come over on Instagram, all the information will be there. I can't wait to see you on the next video on Femre Canine Training.